Welcome back, everybody. I want to give you a quick update on things that are happening on the West Coast. So, last week, there was a new autonomous zone set up, and we're going to read an article about it. I showed you guys some videos of it. It's taking place at what they call the Red House. If you recall, this autonomous zone still has a GoFundMe, and I believe it's close to $500,000. Yes. So we'll start with Andy No's Twitter, though. Let's check this out. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so Andy No tweeted 2 hours ago, in functioning jurisdictions, those arrested for months of trespass and stockpiling weaponry would be prosecuted. But in Portland, the city gives concessions, drops charges, and people donate untold sums of cash. Here's the truth about the autonomous zone. And he links to the NY Post. We'll read that. But on top of that, guys, we now have a second Chaz. We have a second autonomous zone going up in Cal Anderson Park in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, and it's a mess. It's disgusting. So we're going to look at both of those things, and then we're going to creep around on the Twitter account of, this militant group out there. So let's go to the New York Post. And first of all, guys, of course, for the museum episode I did last night, I had to look up how much these vinyl signs cost, right? And this ad's in the way, but you could see all my ads. Look at on the right. Custom mesh banners, signs.com. Custom vinyl banners, signs.com. I literally only looked it up once, and now, as you can see, it's like the internet has a mind of its own, isn't it? Okay, so the image says Portland's Red House, where police, Antifa, and BLM protesters clashed. We watched that the other day. I'm calling that a psyop because they sent like 3 police cruisers in to deal with a mob of like 100 armed people. It looked staged. It looked very staged. The police were attacked. Their vehicles had the tires slashed and windows broke. It didn't look legitimate at all. We all know the capabilities of Portland police out there because it's been broadcasted every day all year. So yeah, I think they're all working hand in hand. But let's read. Last week, Portland law enforcers raided a house that had for months been illegally occupied by trespassers affiliated with BLM and Antifa. At the barricaded property, officers made arrests and found a stockpile of firearms. Stockpile of illegal firearms, mind you. Some of them are illegal, and GoFundMe's totally cool with that. Under normal circumstances, the armed trespassers would be prosecuted, and that would be the end of the story. But in riot-plagued Portland, Oregon, things are very far from normal. The city's progressive district attorney immediately dropped the charges against the occupiers and their comrades, and soon sent in reinforcements to build a sprawling autonomous zone in the middle of the densely populated residential area. The militants called the place the Red House Autonomous Zone, named after the red-painted house occupied at the heart of the zone. In doing so, they took inspiration from the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone in Seattle. During the summer, leftist extremists chased police out of a 6-block area. We know that. Portland's Raz is following in the same footsteps. The house at the center of the autonomous zone was occupied by members of the Kinney family and their allies. The Kinneys, who haven't paid their mortgage since 2017, were evicted after a torturous legal process. The fact that they own a second house nearby didn't prevent the mixed-race Kennys and their allies from claiming victimization by, you guessed it, racism. So not only does the GoFundMe account, not only do they have a house right down the street, but literally documented that they've been evicted. They are not allowed to be there, but GoFundMe's cool with it. It's ridiculous. Soon after last week's raid on the occupied house, some 100 Antifa comrades mobilized through social media to retake the space. This is the videos we were watching a couple days ago. Some brought in power tools to reinforce the barriers. The militants laid out piles of rocks, metal spikes, and glass bottles as strategic points to act as supply points for projectile weapons. They lined up the road with impromptu booby traps, upward-facing nail strips, caltrops, and more. Portland police officers tried to shut down the Raz early on, but they were attacked and chased away. Those present at the barricade should leave it behind, put down your weapons, and allow the neighborhood to return to peace and order. To protect their autonomous zone, the militants had their own team of roving security, like at the Chaz. They openly carried rifles and pistols. Neighborhood families felt terrorized. Some have left. The Raz widened its territorial expanse by the day. The militants added additional barricades farther out from the Red House to act as a buffer. Graffiti marked their new land. Hain, your landlord. Landlords get the wall. Kill a cop. I'm honestly, guys, I'm starting to use some of these slogans in my own life because I can't find a job. The slogan, Free Gage, also plastered the zone. Antifa militant Gage Halapowski was convicted and imprisoned last year over the unprovoked beating of a Portland man during an Antifa riot. He struck Adam Kelly on the head with a baton, busting open his head. Classic Antifa. And while many media outlets served as apologists for Antifa during the long months of rioting, reporters didn't find refuge in the Raz. A local news crew was surrounded and assaulted for walking in. The female reporter at the scene was treated at a hospital for a bloody hand injury. Kill press, Antifa wrote in several locations to warn other outlets. After 6 days of violent anarchy, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler announced at a news conference that an agreement had been reached, though he didn't spill the details. By Tuesday, some of the barricades had come down, allowing vehicular traffic through for the first time in a week. The Kinneys, however, denied that an agreement had been reached. They said they will continue to occupy the property, even though a viral GoFundMe campaign for the family has already raised $308,000. Far more than what it would cost to buy the Red House, and remember, they own a house nearby. The city of Portland, meanwhile, has set a perilous new precedent. It will not only negotiate with extremists, it will accommodate their bizarre demands. Yep. So to any of you people that think this is all going away, and if you think, just let Biden win, everything's going to be fine, everything's chill, just go back to normal, go back to work, it's not going to happen. This is going to happen all over the country. This is what your community is going to turn into if you don't stand up. And I'm sure a lot of your communities have already stood up, but mine certainly hasn't. It's just a taste of what's to come. We have all the same actors in Portland, Maine, right? We don't have it to this extreme extent, but when BLM protests, their charges get dropped. When BLM vandalizes and graffitis and loots, their cases get dropped. We have all of the same things in place to allow this to happen, and basically Portland, Maine, if they choose to do something like this, they will definitely get away with it. And we saw that this summer with the autonomous zone set up on the steps of City Hall that I reported on all summer. So it's coming. All right, going back to Andy Knows Twitter, though. Check out this video. This is from Cal Anderson Park, which is the location of the original Chaz. So not only do we have the Red House Autonomous Zone, we have another Chaz going up as well. Absolutely disgusting. This is America. But no, we're good. Just put the mask on, guys. We're good. No, things are fine. Why would they lie about a pandemic? It makes no sense. Bigot. Yeah, look at this mess. And then yesterday in Portland, that same biohazard cleanup company with the red uniforms came out and just picked up all the homeless Portland rioters' trash, and they're all just working together. Look at this mess. What a disgrace. Let's see what else Andy Knows got. Antifa put up a large banner on Storrow Drive in Boston, Mass. that says, "Avenge Michael Reinhold." Reinhold was the Portland Antifa shooter who killed a conservative activist. He then fled out of state before being shot dead by authorities. Unbelievable. Massachusetts. I mean, it just backs up everything I'm saying. It's coming, guys. I mean, this is right south of us in Boston. What a joke, dude. We got to get out of the cities. Cities are awful. Check this out. Far-left extremists put a guillotine on the roof of the Portland Police Association building. This office has been attacked and set on fire multiple times by Antifa during the riots. What kind of actual police group would allow this to stay up there? A guillotine and a sign that says "Abolish the Portland Police Association"? They're all working together out there, guys. What is a police association? I'm sure it answers to the Fraternal Order of Police. That's all I need to know. Okay, let's go over to another Portland reporter named Jonathan Cho. He's a journalist at KOMO. And here's a video he just posted. No, it's May 30th. Let's see what else he's got. Okay, 13 hours ago, he writes, "They're here. Dozens of people dressed in all black have arrived at Cal Anderson Park on the eve of Wednesday's planned homeless sweep. This group and others living at the park say they aren't living without it, or they aren't leaving without a fight." Let's listen in.
City crews are planning to sweep out this homeless encampment at Cal Anderson Park, but makeshift barricades have already gone up. And the people living there say they're not leaving. KOMO's Jonathan Cho has the latest in this Project Seattle story. Jonathan?
Well, Eric, unfortunately, about
This poor guy gets mistaken for Andy Ngo every day.
Cal Anderson Park because a group dressed in all black came out and started throwing rocks at us. We're okay, but if this is any indication of what's going to happen Wednesday morning, city crews will likely have their hands full if the sweeps go through. Longtime Cal Anderson.
What a joke. Look at this, guys. Did you see that?
This is what.
Wow. Just look at the mess.
Hazardous to cross to the other side.
This
Wow.
is what the other side
Wow. That's disgusting.
now looks like, along with trash and dozens of tents. Campers recently
Oh my gosh. Look at this, you guys. Wow.
put up wooden pallets, metal fencing, and entrances to the ball field are glued shut.
No, this is totally normal. We're not at war or anything. This is completely normal.
Getting ready for some type of confrontation tomorrow.
Yes.
Whoa,
I
6
agree.
feet,
The
guys.
city is getting ready to reopen Cal Anderson Park, starting with another round of sweeps scheduled. He says officers will be there to accompany crews. Even though many
Oh my
neighbors still walk
gosh.
through
Kill
and use
cops
the
is
field, the
this.
park's been officially closed for nearly 6 months because of the ongoing protests that started this past summer. Since then, it's turned to those who say
You're a journalist, but you can't handle questions?
And today, when we tried to talk to some of the people living at Cal, these people at the entrance heckled us and wouldn't let us in. And by nightfall, a group
Oh
dressed in
my
all black
goodness.
emerged from the park, throwing rocks at our crew and forcing us to leave the scene. Are you going to avoid the area?
Okay.
No, I live here, so
There's no way to avoid the area.
there's no way to avoid the area, and I don't think I would anyway.
Some neighbors say
Wow. Okay, Jonathan Cho writes again, abandoning live shot, a group of people in all black emerged out of Cal Anderson Park just before my 4:30 live shot. They started throwing rocks at us. Now I know how Seattle PD feels. My crew... Oh, shut up. Stupid Seattle PD. Look at this. What? These people are useless. The police are going to do something highly unconstitutional tomorrow. I mean, no. I'm not saying I support the police out there, but no. You're wrong. Take your mask off, coward. Let's look at this video. Holy shnikes, you guys. This is crazy. In the Portland, Maine, in Maine where I live, the politicians and the police have been like pushing people to do this. Like they want people to do this. It's so weird. So bizarre, but it's just a testament to the fact that we're at war. Fourth generation warfare, people. It's a war of the minds. You know what? You can keep like ignoring it and writing it off, but you're gonna wake up one day and everything will be gone. That's how fourth generational warfare works. The war will be over before you wake up and realize you're at war. Wow. What a sight. So we got double autonomous zones, you guys. We're back. We're in full service again. After a little hiatus. Look at the glue on these logs. What are these weirdos saying?
Stand still long enough. Newsworthy information. If you can stand still. Newsworthy information.
Look at this guy. Look at this they.
If you can stand still long enough.
None of that should be posted. Thank you very
Hey, get your hand out of your pocket. Please. It's inappropriate.
This is so crazy. I almost want to just drive out there. If I had the funds, I totally would.
This is really frustrating, though.
I'm so frustrated. Stop the sweeps. It's always STS. Stop the steal, stop the sweep. Stop the spread. This is so disgusting. Wow. Holy shnikes. You want to talk about a pandemic? People are going to get cholera here. There's going to be a smallpox outbreak at this place. Wow.
Newsworthy information. If you can.
These people are so sick. What is this? Damage done. Crew says locks will be fixed and graffiti cleaned off Cal Anderson Park. Yeah, we'll see about that. Here's another one. Parts are still a mess. Even though people use Cal Anderson Park, it's been technically closed since June 30th because of the ongoing protest. City crews have work cut out for them. Look at this place, guys. Unbelievable. Wow. It's incredible, guys. Fourth generation warfare is wild because you have a populace out there that is armed, and you have a majority of people that don't support this, but things are so confusing, right? It's like we're at war, but our government is our enemy. And they're not our open, blatant, belligerent enemy, but if a patriot opens their business or attacks or tries to clean up or stop some of these things from happening, we get the books, right? We get the books thrown at us. All conservative patriots, American lovers do. So the government is our enemy right now, but it's subtle. It's very subtle. This is fourth generation warfare. It's worth reading up on. So you can see the police, the Portland, Oregon politicians, the Seattle politicians, they're all working on some agenda together because none of this should be happening. This could have been squashed the first day, right? If this was, it's hard to explain, but you know, if our government's legitimate out there, then why doesn't this happen all the time, every year, all the time, right? Why don't we have these sort of autonomous zone homeless camps every year? Well, we don't, because this is a mission. This is an agenda. Crazy, dude. Okay, one last thing we're going to do is take a look at the PNW Youth Liberation Front. These guys are hilarious. They do not know how to meme whatsoever. Let's see what they say. Hold on. A demonstrator's guide to understanding police batons. What could this be? Oh my god. CrimeTHinc.com. Oh my goodness. The different kinds of batons police use, how they employ them, what kind of damage they can do, and some of the ways that demonstrators have historically protected themselves against baton attacks. Of course, they show a black lady, right? Check this out. Rent strike, squat the city. Wow. Honestly, I'm ready. I'd be down for that. It's crazy. There's no economy anymore where I live. Literally, there's no jobs. There's still looking every day. Not finding much. Together, we can squat the city. As many people work to secure a deal regarding the Red House on Alberta Avenue, we must also look to the future. Thousands of Portlanders are likely to face eviction in January 2021. Ted Wheeler. Look at their awful memes. We have a city to squat. Like, it's not even funny, dude. These people suck. This is nuts. Anti-colonial frog person. Okay, but wearing your armor on the outside of your block, wearing the same block makes you identifiable and defeats the purpose. There's so many people whose names I don't know, but are like, oh shit, it's Brown Kid with an Ancom shield. Oh my god, these people are nuts. Why are they allowed to do this on Twitter? It's crazy. Well, guys, just wanted to give you that update. We got 2 autonomous zones fully active again. Should be getting some great footage. And when you just explore these random people, look at, like, here's her Wu Flu mask, her devil horns. They don't even understand they're Satanist. It's pathetic. Okay. God bless, guys. I'll see you in the next one.